The heavy silence of the Boston Federal Courthouse was a stark contrast to the chaotic sirens of St. Jude's Memorial Hospital. At the defense table sat Dr. Ethan Grant, a 32-year-old trauma surgeon known for his steady hands and unwavering ethics. But today, those hands were trembling. Ethan wasn't in court to save a life. He was there to save his own. The charge? Medical malpractice resulting in the death of a high-profile senator and the deliberate tampering of hospital records. To the public, he was a negligent doctor who played God and failed. But today, on Justice Journals, we go inside a trial that uncovers a conspiracy reaching from the operating room to the highest halls of political power. The prosecution's opening was like a surgical strike. Dr. Ethan Grant had a grudge, the district attorney stated, pacing before the jury. The late Senator William Sterling was cutting funding for public health care, the very cause Dr. Grant championed. On the night of the senator's emergency surgery, Dr. Grant didn't see a patient, he saw an enemy. He made a mistake on the operating table that no surgeon of his caliber would ever make. And then he tried to delete the surgical logs to cover his tracks. Ethan sat stone-faced, remembering the frantic hour in operating room 4. He knew he hadn't made a mistake. He had seen something else, something that shouldn't have been in the senator's blood. His lawyer, a sharp, no-nonsense attorney named Marcus Reed, stood up. "My client didn't kill Senator Sterling. He tried to save him from a murder that had already begun before the senator ever reached the hospital." The trial turned into a battle of experts. The hospital's chief of surgery testified that Ethan had been unstable and obsessed with conspiracy theories. They presented a digital trail showing Ethan's ID accessing the pharmacy records for a lethal dose of potassium chloride. It looked like the end for the young doctor. But Marcus Reed had been working in the shadows. He called a surprise witness, a young nurse who had gone into hiding the day after the senator's death. "Nurse Jenkins," Marcus began, "why did you leave the hospital so suddenly?" "Because I saw the vials," she whispered, her voice amplified through the courtroom. "The medication sent from the pharmacy wasn't what was ordered. Someone had swapped the labels, and when Dr. Grant realized it during surgery and called for a blood tox screen, the chief of surgery told me to destroy the samples." The courtroom erupted. Marcus then produced the ultimate evidence, a backup of the hospital's internal server that Ethan had secretly copied before his access was revoked. It didn't show Ethan deleting logs. It showed a system administrator account logged in from the chief of surgery's office, remotely altering Ethan's surgical notes in real time while Ethan was still in the recovery room. Dr. Grant wasn't covering his tracks. He was being framed by the very institution he served. Senator Sterling wasn't killed because of funding cuts. He was killed because he was about to expose a massive pharmaceutical kickback scheme involving the hospital's board of directors. The final blow came when Marcus played an audio file recovered from Ethan's dashcam parked in the hospital lot. It captured a conversation between the chief of surgery and a representative from a major drug company discussing the unfortunate but necessary passing of the senator and how the young surgeon would take the fall. The judge's verdict was swift and devastating for the hospital. Ethan Grant was cleared of all charges. The chief of surgery and 3 board members were arrested before they could reach the exit. Ethan walked out of the court, a free man, but a changed one. He had lost his job at the hospital, but he had kept his oath. He had exposed the rot at the heart of the system. When the people meant to heal you are the ones causing harm, who can you trust? Is one man's integrity enough to take down a corrupt empire? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. This is Justice Journals. Subscribe for more high-stakes legal battles and the truth behind the white coats. The court is adjourned.